I'm going to explain the difference between ethics and philosophy. Now, philosophy can be broken into three divisions: logic, ethics, and metaphysics. Philosophy is the most general science. It is the science that deals with first principles. Now we see here a definition of philosophy given by the great philosopher Jacques Maritain. Philosophy is the science which by the natural light of reason studies the first causes or highest principles of all things. In other words, philosophy deals with the most general principles that can be dealt with. So when you're doing philosophy, you are dealing with abstract principles that do not immediately correspond to physical reality. An example of a philosophical statement would be something like all matter is in motion. Notice I didn't say this plant is in motion, right? I said matter. Well, we know that matter is physical stuff, but the word matter is very abstract. We've abstracted it from all physical things. And now I say all matter is in motion. That is a very general principle. And philosophical principles can even get more general than that. That principle governs all lesser, more specific statements. Now, ethics, according to Maritain, is the practical science that studies human acts by way of its first principles. So when we are dealing with ethics, like I said earlier, we're dealing with a division of philosophy. Philosophy studies the most general principles that apply to every science. In other words, when you say a philosophical principle, that principle is the basis for all the other sciences or all the lesser sciences. And so when we're dealing with ethics, ethics is a division of philosophy. So you're dealing with first principles. You're dealing with the most general statements, but you're dealing with the most general statements concerning human acts. Okay, that's why it says in this definition right here, human acts, the science that studies human action. We're not just talking about any human action. When we say human action, what we mean is human action that is willed. Okay, we're not talking about some twitch that somebody has, okay, or some sort of emotion going on in the belly or something like this, digestion. We're talking about action where there is a willful component. So that is what ethics is, and ethics is a part of or division of philosophy. The main point here is to understand that philosophy deals with the most general principles. And those general principles are the basis for all the lesser sciences. And ethics also deals with first principles. But those principles that ethics deals with concern human action. So it is less general than philosophy itself. When I say that philosophy deals with the most general principles, when I gave that, and I gave that example earlier, all matter is in motion. That general statement right there, that thing is so broad, that governs all the sciences, all the physical sciences, all the science. I can't think of a science that it doesn't govern. You must assume that is true before you even start studying a science. Think about it. If you're going to study biology, what are you assuming? You're assuming physical things are moving. That's what you're assuming. If you're going to study economics, what are you assuming? You're assuming that physical things are moving. Okay, that's a philosophical statement right there. And philosophy is important, because a lot of philosophers deny what I just told you right now. A lot of philosophers deny that things are in motion. They think it's an illusion. So if you have a philosophy like that, and if you're consistent in your thinking, that's going to affect your study of biology. That's going to affect your study of economics. The same goes with ethics. There are some ethical principles that if you're consistent, they are going to affect what you think is right and wrong, or if there is even a right and wrong. So the study of ethics, because it is a division of philosophy, it's extremely important to try to get it right.